What up, Dokkaners? You might have noticed in your game that we got something new on the campaign details. So this is what that is. There is now an end date for the Artificial Lifeforms Red Zone. And then more importantly, there is actually an even bigger news thing that I wanted to talk about. So just for those of you curious, I hate when we get updates on like campaign things and it's not something obvious where like they added in a new thing. It's one little text change. Like they should change the color or something just so you can see what it is, because you wouldn't have known this. But the only way that you'll actually realize this is if you read the new thing. So let's go ahead and go through this. This is a monumental change because with this, the implications are enormous. A ton of stones coming your way. Thank you for support of Dokkan. The ongoing Ultimate Red Zone and Supreme Magnificent Battles will become unavailable starting Tuesday, January 20th, 2026, 7 a.m. So they are going to be discontinuing all of them. Ultimate Red Zone, Pure Saiyans. Ultimate Red Zone, Goku Story. Ultimate Red Zone, Vegeta Story. Red Ribbon Army, all of those things. Blue Zone, Movie Heroes. Blue Zone, Tournament of Power, all of that stuff. They will be integrated into a single Ultimate Red Zone and a Supreme Magnificent Battle, respectively. So they are basically doing what they did with a few, I think, Extreme Z areas where I think it was for like free-to-play characters. They used to be spread out across various different types, like Majin Buu Saga, this and that, and then they ultimately combined all of them into one. And so this is what they're showing. The following will be integrated into a single event. GT, Movie, this was from year 7. Wicked Bloodline, Red Ribbon Army, Dismal Future, Movie Edition 2, Majin Buu Saga, Goku Story, Vegeta Story, Dragon Ball Saga, Pure Saiyans, Daima. This is how many red zones we've had thus far, not including artificial life forms. So all of these are going to be combined into one mega event, which has all of them under it. Ultimate Red Zone Artificial Life Forms Edition will become unavailable starting from the 23rd of February. So everything else will be ending January 20th. This one you have an extra month and change. So this is ending before the anniversary starts. This is ending basically on the way out of the anniversary, but it will still be in the middle of the anniversary. We will not be done with it. We will be around the end of part 2 going into part 3 when this comes to an end. It will be scheduled to be integrated into the new event, Ultimate Red Zone, at a later date. As far as when they're going to be coming back in this new form, I don't know, but I would imagine that it will probably start during the 11th anniversary itself, which in essence means we're sort of getting these, we're getting to run this again for the second time, if you will, for the first time during the anniversary. The following events will be integrated as a new Supreme Magnificent Battle. I hate this name. I think it's stupid. I call it Blue Zone. If you don't like it, sorry. That's just how I feel. It's Red Zone and it's Blue Zone. The colors are freaking blue. Have you guys seen the event? If you haven't, let me show you. In fact, you know what? Let me go into my game. Let me show you in my game. All right. The damn thing is blue. All right. There's blue all over the place. Why they couldn't just call it Ultimate Blue Zone is just beyond me. It's such an easy name. Look at that. There's blue everywhere. Why? All of them. Supreme Magnificent Battle. Want to see another one? Here, I'll show you. Blue. Supreme Magnificent Battle. Blue. Another Supreme Magnificent Battle. Blue. You guys are idiots. All right? It's Blue Zone. Not you guys as in you watching. I'm talking the Dokkan devs who come up with these stupid names. Y'all are dumb. Anyway, let's go back to this. So all of these will be combined. Wow, that's a huge difference. Blue Zone, Dragon Ball Super, Blue Zone, Universe Rebel Saga, Blue Zone Movie, Blue Zone, Gathering of Super Warriors, Blue Zone, Next Generation Saiyans. After the integration, the current events will become stages of the new events. For example, Ultimate Red Zone, Stage 1, GT Edition, Stage 1. Ultimate Red Zone, Stage 8, Movie Edition, Stage 1. Supreme Magnificent Battle, Stage 22, Gathering of the Super Warriors Edition, Stage 1. Now, I'll tell you one thing. With this will kind of, it's going to change the way you have to come up with the expectations for these events, because normally how these red zone event progressions would go, or blue zone event progressions, is the earlier stages generally tend to be easier. The latter stages tend to be pretty brutal, right? Actually, this is a bad example. Let's go to this one. Bobbity, actually that one's pretty rough too. What's a recent example that actually works? Okay, this one. You're fighting Pilaf's army. Yikes. Okay, Pilaf's gang, right? That's stage 1. Stage 5 is, or stage yeah, stage 6. This was Demon King Piccolo. At the time, this was the ultimate stage. This was pretty tough, right? So what I'm trying to say is you sort of have an expectation of how much more difficult the events are going to be. At this current moment, Global and JP players are very much worried about the fate of Artificial Lifeforms Red Zone, as we have yet to get the Cell Max yet. And so far, Bio Broly has been pretty ruthless for some people. So, you know, with Meta Rildo having been the first one, things amped up with Baby, then Metal Cooler, and now Bio Broly. What the hell's going to happen with Cell Max, right? That is not something that we can necessarily account for anymore with this, because what's going to happen is they're probably going to do, considering this, yeah, Movie Edition Stage 1 is on the 8th stage. Movie Edition and GT Edition were both releases during the 7th anniversary. During the 7th anniversary, each Red Zone got their Stage 1 at the same time. Each Red Zone got their Stage 2 at the same time, meaning their final stages dropped at the same time at the end. But considering this one is starting out Movie Edition 1 on Stage 8, that means the natural progression of difficulty is going to fluctuate. It's going to skyrocket to the peak of that specific series, then it's going to plummet down to Stage 1 and then sort of reset. So I hope newer players, I'm kind of worried for newer players, they might feel a little thrown off by that, but at least veteran Dokkaners, you guys can guide the newer players in the right direction. Supreme Magnificent Battle, Stage 22, Gathering of the Super Warriors, Stage 1. Honestly, I like this. Having it all in one space, I think, is just easier. It's fine with me. As the integrated events will be treated as new events. Here's the great part. As the integrated events will be treated as new events, the clear status will be reset, even for players who have cleared the events before the integration. Meaning, if you cleared all these events, you got all the stones, when this comes out as the new and improved all-encompassing Red Zone, all-encompassing Blue Zone, you're gonna have to beat them all again. You can get Dragon Stones as clear rewards when you clear the stages of the integrated events for the first time. The difficulty display of the stages will also be adjusted. Ew. Oh yeah, adjusted, because they have to warn you some of these are going to be a little bit tougher than others. Yeah. So this is the main thing. A lot of stones coming in. A lot of stones. How many red zones have we had thus far? So I'm going to go ahead and pull them up. And you know what though? Before we even count it, I will say, does this also include the missions for them? Okay, actually, shout out Danshin Dokkan. He did the due diligence. If only the clear reset, this revamp will give 111 stones and 55,000 power level. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, you know what? This could start during the countdown, actually. Maybe they start this during the countdown. I will say this is going to be kind of a cop-out if they make this, in essence, what the new content is for the anniversary. I don't think it will be, but if that is the case, I will be a little disappointed. I doubt it, though. I think they will give us more. Maybe they'll open this up during countdown, and then during the actual anniversary itself, we get the newest stages for whatever the new series is. But 111 stones just on clearing is pretty good. I think the missions will probably also be reset, but that's just my guess. I don't know for sure. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to count these. Thank you so much, Danshin, for saving me the headache. No, thank you. All right, there's some more stuff down here. After the integration, the current events will become the... We already saw that. As the events will be treated as new events. Difficulty will be displayed. This is only a display adjustment. The actual event content will remain unchanged. They will not be making any stage that seems impossible any less impossible. What will change that are the new characters. Regarding the missions. Oh. The completion status of missions that will remain available after the integration will be carried over. Damn it. I should have read this before I started yapping away. I'm sorry. I'm sure some of y'all were... I'm sorry. In addition, new missions will be added. Oh, okay. New missions will be added. All right. So 111 stones coming in and then some. So at least 100 stones coming in for everybody. Okay. Yeah, I really should have kept my mouth shut. All right. Along with the event integration, certain events will be specified in the expert missions of the greatest warrior will be changed. Please note that you will not be able to attempt the related missions during the preparation period. The completion status will remain unchanged if you have completed the missions before the integration. So this is for pretty much newer players, anyone who is trying to get back in. If we go to panel missions, expert on this one, which ones would it be? So all they're going to be really doing is just changing the naming of it. I don't think anything else really changes. Clear Ultimate Red Zone GT, Clear Ultimate Red Zone Movie Edition. So now they're going to have to say clear ultimate red zone GT edition stages 1 through, or stages 8 through 9 or 12. I don't know, you know, something like that. That's what they'll do. Okay. And now that's everything. I don't think I clarified that on my tweet. Let me see. Attention on red zone starting the 20th. Tons of stones incoming. You know what? Okay, I probably shouldn't. I should probably 1 sec. There we go. All right. Still big news. Pretty cool. All of this just to neatly tidy up all of this into one event. Why are they doing this? Probably because they want to remove the clutter from the events page, because it's harder to find things, harder to navigate. Speaking of which, this was done a couple days ago. Thank you for your support. The event Dokkan Ultimate Speed Battle will be permanently closed starting from the 22nd of November. Or what? 22nd of January. So this is another thing that they are seemingly removing. I don't know if they're necessarily permanently closing it in the sense that it's never coming back, or if they're going to be bringing it under a different name, but they're also doing that too. So they're making some moves in time for the 11th anniversary as far as the events tab is concerned. How much more they're going to do remains to be seen. Maybe we'll get some news on that potentially when the EZAs drop in a few days, which, by the way, some of you guys have been asking for it. When will we be getting the news for these guys? Well, considering we got the details for the Gammas the day before, then I would expect the 12th to be when we get news for Gohan and Piccolo. It is currently the 9th as of me recording this one, so in a couple of days. In the meantime, I will still be playing Dokkan, and you know what? With this new revelation, I still might do some more Dokkan streams to try to get some of those red zone run, like marathon runs done. So we might still do that, but also I am playing through Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. That game just came out for the Switch too, so we still got plenty of stuff to be doing in the meantime while we wait. Great news all around. Great news for gaming. Great news for me. I get my Fire Emblem. I get more stuff to do in Dokkan. I get more content as a creator. Oh, good day. Very, very good day. Thank you, Dokkan. Thank you for doing something interesting. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously like down below. Learn in the comments your thoughts on this event overhaul. The fact that they are combining everything together. Are you guys excited for it? If you are struggling on these missions, I don't think I said this, just try to clear the event. Forget, like, if androids, for example, if you can't beat the Bio Broly androids mission, don't worry about doing that. Clear the event. So bring your best team, clear the event, get the event completion, and then you can worry about androids at a later point. So let me know your guys' thoughts on the event overhaul. Are you guys looking forward to it? Are you also going to potentially do some sort of like run through of these events before they do that? How many stones would you get if you were to add 111 to your stone count right now? And do you like Fire Emblem? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you ladies know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned. And always remember to Dokkan responsibly.